Hi and welcome back to my channel. My name is Sierra, otherwise known as the Chic and Savvy Belle, and I am here to celebrate week 13 of my pregnancy. I am so excited because I am out of the first trimester. Well, this is my last week of the first trimester, and just to get here with everything that I went through the first trimester, it just feels so good, and I'm just so excited. So what I wanted to do is give you guys like a recap of weeks 11 and 12, how they went and how they affected me, and then hopefully I can get myself caught up so I can start giving you guys like updates regularly. I do plan on doing them every 2 weeks, so it'll be 11 and 12, then it'll be 13 and 14, and so on and so on. And then of course I'll have things in between. I'm actually filming in what's going to be the new nursery. We have a 3-bedroom house, and my grandmother told me I should have bought a 4-bedroom house, but I did not listen because this was just my first home, starter home. I bought this house when I was 23 years old. It was my dream since 19 to own my own home, and I worked really hard, and I bought this house at 23, so it was definitely a starter home. Never intended on it being my forever home, and so we have outgrown this house. This is our guest bedroom. This is where our moms stay when they come over for the weekends or whenever, but they now will have to either hit the sofa or sleep in the day bed that we plan on putting in the nursery going forward, because now we have to use this room for our new bundles, plural of joy. But yes, so I am super excited that I finally got out of that horrible period. Oh boy, it was very hard for me, guys. Very hard, but with the grace of God and my husband's support, I am just so grateful that I made it through. So I just want to start off with a quick little tidbit about what the babies were looking like at weeks 11 and 12. And I use an app. I use a couple apps right now because they all offer something different. So the one that I'll go and read from for weeks 11, so it says that for week 11 the baby, oh wait, I'm not gonna use this one, hold on y'all, sorry. I want to use a certain app that tells about the baby, not me, for those weeks. Okay, here we go. All right, so for week 11, it says your baby's liver and spleen are now producing blood cells, and the pancreas is beginning to release digestive enzymes. It also says during this week that the baby can now bend, stretch, and kick. And then the sex of the baby is becoming more pronounced, and the kidneys are producing urine from the amniotic fluid. So that was pretty cool to read. Like, it's crazy how fast these babies form and and grow in the first trimester. It's just crazy. And then for week 12, it says that the baby is the size of a kiwi, and now the baby has the ability to open and close its fists and make sucking movements with its muscles in the mouth. It also says that all of the organs that were once inside of the umbilical cord are now being put back into the baby's belly, and that the baby is now starting to practice breathing at 12 weeks. That's so cool, right? And so that's what the babies do to start practicing, so when they come out they know how to breathe. So I thought that was pretty cool. For me, weeks 11 and 12, I have been taking notes since I started taking notes at week 10. Everything before week 10 is gonna have to go off of memory, guys, because I was a hot mess. I could not think, I could not function, I could not do nothing. But hopefully by the time this video comes out, I will have already explained all that. So yeah, it was quite the struggle. A lot of people were wondering why I just was not on Instagram. I was off Instagram for multiple reasons. because with the pregnancy, I just didn't even know what to post, and I just didn't have it in me to even do anything. It was really bad, but I plan on having a dedicated video about that, so I won't get too much into that because I've probably already posted that or talked about that. But for me, let me go to my notes. So I went to the doctor for week 10, and my doctor actually was so impressed with how far I had come from our initial appointment, and I was feeling so much better. But the reason I went to the doctor week 10 is because I started throwing up my prenatals. I was taking my regular VSG vitamins plus my prenatals, which I will talk about those VSG vitamins and how they saved my life week 9. But nonetheless, I was taking all these vitamins, and I started out of nowhere just throwing up the prenatals that I was taking. So I went to the doctor, and they looked at all the nutrient values and said that I didn't need to take the prenatals because the other vitamins I was taking had everything I needed plus some. So they suggested that I stop taking the prenatals and just add an individual iron and DHA formula pill to my regimen. So that's what I did. But other than that, that particular week, the doctor actually cleared me to go back to my regular life. She said that I could start back working out. I could do any and everything I was doing before the pregnancy and before the fatigue and exhaustion, as long as, you know, I felt comfortable. She said jumping rope was probably still out the question, but if I wanted to try it, I could. She said it would probably just be very uncomfortable. So I was super excited about that and wanted to get in the gym the next week to see how I could like cope with it and how my body responded. And then I caught the worst sinus infection and cold, like the worst. When I tell you, all in here, and if you can hear, I'm still suffering from it 2 weeks later, because it was like a week and a half of all the stuffiness and drainage. It just took me, it was like I was so excited to get cleared and be feeling normal again, and then that got snatched away from me because I had a sinus infection. And so my husband took such good care of me, guys. Like, he is such an angel. Like, I'm so blessed to have him, because without him I would have been a hot mess. So nonetheless, I am at week 13. Today's week 13, so 2 weeks I struggled with this sinus infection and cold, and last week it turned into the congestion, so I was struggling with the thick mucus. But in regards to the pregnancy symptoms, weeks 11 and 12 I felt the best I've ever felt. 11, I definitely struggled with going to the bathroom all the time, all hours. It was like every 2 hours I had to use the bathroom, and I also had a lot of gas, like a lot of gas. So that was one thing. But I took some I drank some smooth move tea to kind of clear myself out, and I got that taken care of because I was constipated as well. So that helped me. And then the camera's about to cut off, so hopefully it'll let me finish. If not, I'll let it charge and I'll go get my other battery. But I'm trying to go quickly. But so that took care of the constipation and the gas, week 11. And then week 12, with the congestion and the remnants of the cold, I was just kind of on a struggle bus with breathing at that point. Like, even right now it's still a little congested, but it's definitely much better. And then I actually told my husband, I was like, it's crazy because I don't really feel pregnant anymore. Like, the pelvis weight that I was feeling the first like 10 weeks, I would say, it kind of it's like subsided a little bit. Week 11, it was really, I'd say week 11 it was kind of still heavy because I had to urinate so much. But going into week 12, it was like I just felt pretty normal. My boobs were no longer sore. They're still full, but they're not sore, they're not tender at all. And I was just like, man, it's like true what they say about the second trimester. Like, rolling into the second trimester, you start feeling good again, you start feeling yourself again. And so I didn't want to mess that up by jumping too quickly into anything. So I just continued to take things slow. And then when I got that cold, that really made me take a step back and say, okay, I really got to take things slow, because my immune system is not as strong right now. But overall, weeks 11 and 12 were pretty good. So I'm really grateful for that, and I'm excited to now be in week 13, and I cannot wait to see what this week brings. I will actually be announcing my pregnancy to everyone, and I'm really interested and excited to see what everyone says and how everybody feels about it. We are still in a state of shock. We are still struggling mentally, because this is a lot. Our son is going to be 12 in August, so we thought we were done, and God says, tell me your plans and watch me laugh. So he laughed like big time. So we are just still trying to mentally accept this blessing. We know it's a blessing, but realistically, we now have to provide for 3 children overnight. I have to now carry 2 babies, high risk, in a body that is still new to me. So it's a lot of things that I have been dealing with mentally, that my husband has been dealing with mentally, and we're pretty open people, so I do plan on going into that pretty thoroughly, because we're pretty real people. We don't have any problems with being honest about the way we feel about certain things. Just because we're entitled to our own feelings, we have to take care of these kids. So all right, sorry about that. The camera did die, so I had to change the battery. So yeah, so let me make sure I didn't oh, okay. So the other big thing that I noticed week 11, 12-ish, and it's maybe because I had a cold, I was eating a lot of soup, but I actually lost 6 pounds. And when I went to the doctor at week 10, my doctor was like, you still haven't gained any weight. And I was like, yeah, I know. She was like, well, the babies are looking good, so I mean, that's okay. She was like, you know, sometimes with the nausea the first trimester. And I was like, well, I didn't have any nausea other than these last like 3-4 days with the prenatals. And so she was like, oh, okay. She was like, well, that's okay. She was like, everything is looking okay. I'm not concerned about the weight right now. And I mean, for me, I mean, if I'm honest, I'm okay with not gaining any weight. I'm okay with that. As long as the babies are growing, I'm okay with not gaining any weight. So I don't know if like that period, that last week of March where I was eating all those Reese's peanut butter cups, you know, I had gained a little bit of weight. Like now I kind of was like, I'm going back to where I was, because my lowest weight was 177. But you know, I don't know, whatever. Nonetheless, I'm gonna monitor my weight, because I have been reading that it's important for twin moms to gain at least 20 pounds, I think it said, the first trimester, and I lost weight, so I don't know what's happening, but I am growing. My belly is growing, so something's happening in there. But I'm okay with, you know, having a very healthy pregnancy, but not really gaining anything. I do intend on getting back in the gym next week, the beginning of June, because I miss the gym. And I am going to probably do more swimming than anything, because it's the summertime. I love swimming. Swimming does burn a lot of calories, and I don't have a lot to burn. So I think I'm just gonna kind of like waddle in the water, just do like a little froggy swimming, stuff like that. I'll probably still walk some of the days, but overall I just want to keep things really light. I'm gonna really focus just on my strength training, because I did notice, since I have not been in the gym, my arms are not as toned, my thighs are not as toned. I'm losing a lot of my toning that I worked so hard for. So I'm definitely gonna get that back. I do plan on being a fit mom, okay? If these little ones allow me to, that's what I'm gonna do. And so week 12, week 11 were, you know, I would say the easiest weeks of this entire journey. While I was battling a very bad cold, I would have rathered the bad cold over the extreme fatigue, dizziness, and exhaustion that I experienced the first 8 weeks, because it was that bad. I thought I was gonna die. if I'm being honest. So nonetheless, I want to say that's probably pretty much it. What else? I had the weight loss, the bad cold. Oh, okay, so week 11, I did get out the house. I was like losing my mind because I've been stuck in the house, so on bed rest. So we have a little mall very close to our home, so I went to Ross and was looking for like some maternity items, and I did find a couple things. I'm gonna actually do a little bit of a haul with the things I found. And sorry, congestion, I can't breathe. And what happened was I was standing in a line. It was a really long line, and I felt fine that morning when I went. Well, I was standing in line, and then out of nowhere I started getting hot flashes. Now, I have been experiencing the hot flashes the entire beginning of this pregnancy, all the way up until probably, I mean, it just happens, it's just random, but it was a lot happening like weeks 4 through 8-ish, the worst weeks, where I was getting these hot flashes, and the hot flashes caused me to then have be shortness on breath and just feel like I'm gonna pass out. And so I was standing in the line and I felt it starting up, and I was like, oh no, you don't you do that, because the line was long and I was almost at the front when it started, and there was a lot of people. So I don't know if it was just like because there was so many people, it was just hot. I don't really know what happened, but right at the very second where I was about to put the clothes down and go get in my car because I needed air, like I could feel like it was getting to that point, the lady at the register called me, and just so happened this lady had a fan, a big fan at her register, and she saw, I must have was like clammy or wet looking, I don't know, but she was like, are you okay? I was like, I am having hot flashes, I'm pregnant, I don't feel good. I was like, I need some air. She was like, oh baby, here. So she turned her fan to me, and as soon as that air hit me, it was just like a relief. Like I was just so, I felt like I was about to fall over in that moment, and I was just so grateful in that second, because I don't know if I would have even made it to the car. That's how bad it was, like getting in those few seconds. So I stood there while she rang my stuff up, and the fan just made me feel so much better. Once I got to the car, I turned my air on full blast, and I just sat there, and that's kind of like what these hot flashes have done to me. When I have them, they come, and they come really hard until I get like some air like directly on me. So that was kind of something that happened week 11, and that taught me a lesson. I got my ass back in the house and stayed back in the bed because that was my first time trying to do something to get out the house, and I was like, I freaked myself out because I'm like, what if I would have passed out, or what if something would have happened to me? So I just was like, yep, you're not ready yet, you're gonna sit in this house and you're gonna stay on bed rest because I said so. So yeah, so I just been really trying to give myself time to get it together, because I take my life very seriously. I have a son who I love with every ounce of me, a husband who I love with every ounce of me, and it's my responsibility to do the best I can to ensure my health for my family. So I have to do what I have to do and make sure that I'm giving myself the best chances of having a healthy twin pregnancy, because I definitely understand the risk, and I definitely understand how fast things can go wrong. So yeah, okay, so the moment everyone's probably waiting for and excited for. I know when I watch videos and updates, I would like to see the belly. So I am going to show you guys what I'm looking like. Once again, today I am officially 13 weeks. I don't really feel like my belly is showing in a way that it would if I had like flat rock hard abs prior to. I did have like excess skin. I was actually planning my tummy tuck, which most of you all probably know, and God said, yeah, okay, not today. So I'm gonna show you guys my stomach and what it looks like right now. I have on a pair of maternity shorts, which were my first purchase. My husband took me to Target one day after, I think it was after a doctor's appointment actually, and I was like, when I'm pregnant, like I don't like things to be tight on my belly. Like, it's just an uncomfortable feeling, and I was like, I need to get me a pair of maternity shorts because I love shorts, and these shorts are so awesome. I love them. They are my favorite shorts right now. They're a size 10, which I'm still in my 10, and they're actually, I still have room in them, so I know that they're gonna grow with me. I'm excited about that. I'm excited to see how long they'll last, especially since I'm having twins. So yeah, so I'll show you guys. And then what I've been doing to really kind of see my bump is I like pull my fat up, because I still have like a little fat in my belly, and I had a gut, a little lower pooch area. I'll show you guys what I mean, but I'll show you. So yeah, so let's see. All right, so I have on a little crop top to make it easier, but let's see, move this out the way. So this is me for now, but you can see I got all that room still in my shorts from the front. Like, I can tell that they're starting to come up some because my belly button is now starting to, like, this was all saggy. All this area here was real saggy, but this is what my stomach looks like. And then if I pull, let's see, so this was my little pooch area. It's kind of hard to tell, I guess, but it doesn't look like I'm really pregnant yet because I had all that excess skin down here. This is all skin, but I'm gonna show you when I pull all that fat up, then you can actually see the bone. So can you see what I mean? So you can kind of see. I'm gonna pull the fat. There's the bone. So when I was gonna get my tummy tucked, it would have been like, I wouldn't have had all this, but I guess it's good that I have this pregnancy before the tummy tuck. Now I can have the twins and then get my tummy tuck. But yeah, so that's what my stomach looks like. I don't really look too pregnant right now, in my opinion, which is okay for me. I don't mind. But these are the shorts. I just love them. So yeah, this is 13 weeks. It's a little round, I guess, but that gut just makes it, just throws it off. But they're in there, y'all. I go to the doctor in a few days. I'm excited. I see my specialist for the first time, so we'll get another ultrasound at that point. So yeah, so thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I can't wait to continue to share this journey with you guys. Thanks so much.